throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Sit up! 180!
On second down, Trubisky. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Tight right!
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to go down again. Olivier Vernon in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. And a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now here's Lauletta. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Lauletta again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Gun! Gun! All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, Lauletta. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
New York is lined up for the football. Number 89,
Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And an alley to run. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Cohen on the toss. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hurry, hurry! Four down. Check.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, Lauletta. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Watch him now, Barney.
A handoff to Barkley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90. Gun.
And Lauletta just beating the play clock. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Detroit! Switch! All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Lauletta. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3-19.
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Leonard Floyd. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the Giants send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. They go play action with Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Off the toss, Cohen skirts by him at the 35 and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams.
Hey.
They get it to him running left. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 2nd and 10, Lauletta. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Over. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Check. Detroit. Gun.
Now Lauletta on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 14-10. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. And the Giants ready to come out now. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. On first down, it's Lauletta. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Leonard Floyd. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
The shotgun snap to Lauletta. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Oh, and now some space to operate. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead will shrink to 6. Bailey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Lauletta looking for a first down throw. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
This area does allow for vehicles to hang over onto the sidewalk.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Check the hot read.
On 2nd down, here's Lauletta. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Let's go! Let's bring gun! 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 Shit! Over! Watch him now, Barney!
Lauletta, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Go.
A final shot before the break for Lauletta. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Giants. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And an alley to run. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 50. Past the 20. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 72 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
3 down, 3 down. Hey. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Over, 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 over.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out there?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
The Giants will kick this one off. Number 89.
Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Red, up.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And it's a fumble. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A first down carry for Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
From the gun, here's Lauletta. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Rosas to add the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We got 180.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Lauletta after the interception. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Watch you now, Barney.
Back to the air, Lauletta on 2nd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check Mike 99.
Lauletta looking to throw on 2nd down. Now he's forced out right, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Out of the gun, Lauletta. This is caught by Jackson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They give them 12 yards and a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You got him. You got him. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Kill, kill! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
SOS, SOS, SOS.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Trubisky now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
180! Red, red's up! Red, red's up!
Now Trubisky to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Watch the whip.
Gun!
Here's Lawletta. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Lucky 56.
Alert.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
The mic. 56 is the mic.
Lawletta on first down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
58's the mic.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Blue 90.
58's the mic. 58. 58's the mic.
Here's Lawletta. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Lawletta on 3rd and goal. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Rosas now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. receiver complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
This is Cohen. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Tight end's right.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Going for it all. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They run. This is Cohen. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
Double tight. Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
They try again with Cohen. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Double tight. 4 down. 4 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and they had it stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
4 down. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 4
throwing the penalty. It's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Come on, gotta go, gotta go.
We got double tight, double tight.
18.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal.
Come on, gotta go.
They'll come out in the pistol. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, keep it up.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.